So we are looking at this illustration from this sitting of September 2021. September 2021. The question was number 3. Number 3 under portfolio, introduction to portfolio. Introduction to portfolio. Question number 3. Let me see whether, yeah, we can scoop these marks. So number 3, part C. Question number 3, part C. Yeah. So class, allow me to read the question. We are told that Theophilus Akumu has a capital of 1 million shilling, which she intends to invest in 2 securities, namely security A and security B. She plans to invest 200,000 in security A and 800,000 in security B. You can see already I'm invest the whole amount in Yakonayo. The returns of the 2 securities have the following characteristics depending on the state of the economy. State of the economy, we have recession, stable, and expansion. Probability given, and then return on security. We are required to come up with the expected return of the portfolio comprising of the security A and security B. Security A and security B. Then correlation coefficient between security A and security B. Correlation coefficient in relation to security A and security B. So once I get such a question, where should I start? I should always remember to start from expected return. What will be the expected return? That is the first thing that should come to your mind. And if that is not what asked, in fact, can see examiner is saying the expected return of, for the portfolio comprising the security A and B. Expected return of the portfolio. Therefore, once I get, yes, you get the expected returns. And how do we get expected return? It is simple. To get the expected return, it is simple. We just take the probability times the rate or the return. The probability times the return. For both security, you have to do them separately. So let's do that. So solution. So we start with the security A. Expected return. So for me, I can write that to get expected expected return will be given by summation of return times probability. Return times probability. With that, I'm good to go. So I'm under security A. So I have state of economy. Of course, that is my start point. To arrange my work, I have to start with the state of the economy. To arrange my work very well. Economy. Hapo ndio unaanza. Haina maneno hapa. Hakuna maneno. Then I come here and say recession. Then I have stable. Then next I have expansion. Good. You can underline, you can leave it at that point. Can underline. So a return on security. Percentage. So I can write the way it is return percentage security. And then probability. 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 Then I can opt maybe to underline that way. Under recession of A, remember now this is my security A. Security A. Under recession, we have 18. Under recession, we have 18. Then 14 under stable. Then 12 under expansion. Then probability remain to be 0.40, 0.50, and then we have what do we have? 0.1, because we say that probability must end up to 1 at the end. It should be. Now, what will be my expected return? Remember, we say that it is the summation. So whatever that we get here, we sum. Now our result here is what we need. It's what we call the expected return. So what will be 18 times 0.4? 18 times 0.4. 18 times 0.4. 18 times 0.4. 18 times 0.4. Tapia ngapi? 0.4. We do it so that we see. Hata ngapi? 18 times 0.4. Someone. 18 times 0.4. 7.2. That is for Milha. 7.2. The other one is 14 times 0.5. Is in inusu. So in 7. Ama. It is in inusu. What about 12 times 0.1? 1.1. 1.2, sorry. So, and then you get the total. Sasa, kuna mtu alikuwa amepata. Sijui alipata ngapi sasa. There is someone who got, let me see. Someone had gotten something above there. I don't know. Okay. This is Raphael. Okay. So, Raphael, how did you get? Raphael. Expected return. Okay. Sawa. We shall see. So, here we're getting 15.4. 15. Of course, this is a percentage. I told you that. Here ukiacha hivi already is in marks. It's in marks. It's what is in marks. Those are marks. So, that is for the first part. Then we go to if you did not manage to do that, can you do that for for security B? If you did not manage, can you you can see Thomas as giving us expected return of B as well. Do that for B, security B. Do the same. Can you do it very fast? I want you to mzoe tu hizi vitu mapema. Risha. Haina maneno hii. So we have recession. Table. Then expansion. So we have return of B. Then probability. So in this case, we have 24, 22, and 21. Should be here. 24. Then probability remain the same, 0.40, 0.50, and then 0.1. No, yes, 0.1. and 0. So this will remain to be 21. This is 11. Oh, is that right? What? How about this? Am I really right? Am I really right? 22.7. People are getting, how about 24 times 0.4 ni ngapi? Yeah, 22. 9.6. Hii ni 2.1. Hii haiwezi kuwa mingi. So mimi naona watu wanapea 22 point something, 22.7. Of course, this yeah, 22.7. Now, after you are through with that point, now you check what is examiner asking. The examiner wants expected return for the portfolio comprising of security A and B. So how do we get expected return? I told you on this. Who can remind us of the formula of getting expected return of the portfolio? Remember this now. Hapa ni mwanzo. Kuna ile formula ya there's difference between expected return. Get this. Expected return. Hiyo ni kitu moja. Na expected return, nataka muelewe hii tofauti. Expected return of the portfolio. Hasa nani atatukumbusha hii formula? Hii formula tuko nayo, tuko sawa. Hiyo tuko sawa, hata hizo tumepata. What about this? Expected return na ile p kidogo. Unakumbuka tukiweka something like that. There's this, there's this one and this one. This one and this one. Kindly note. Most students do confuse. Ati ukifika maliza sasa hapa, umemaliza, hapana. Hiyo utakuwa umepata hizi marks vizuri. So who can remind us the formula of the expected return of the portfolio? Hata kama utaperuse tu kitabu nyuma kidogo, hakuna shida. You have liberty at this part, at this point. You have liberty at this point. So expected return, voila. Thank you very much. Weight of A multiplied by the return of A, then weight of B multiplied by return of. But don't forget to indicate that return, it is the expected return. Hii total hii. Naona hii ndio maana tunatafuta hiyo expected return. That return usiweke tu hivyo. So to get the expected return of portfolio, you can start between security A and B. Between security A and B, you can work it separately, but still you get the same thing. You combine. So you get the weight of A, portfolio A, times the expected return of B. Then you add the weight of B, you multiply by expected return of B. Oh, no. This is A still, B sour. Then whatever that you get will be your expected return of portfolio. First of all, can you synthesize that so that you know that there is a difference between expected return, you know how to get that, and then expected return of the portfolio. Expected return and expected return of the portfolio. Now, what is weight of A? What is weight of A? Sani anaweza tupatia weight of A? Sasa hapa ndio shida inaingiliaga. What is weight of A? What is weight of A? She invested, this is Theophilus Akumu, this is she. Rafael giving us, I think, 200K. That's good. Hilda, I think it's 200K. Okay. It's good that we found this question, by the way. It has something that will help us to know better or to know more. 200K. Okay, 20%. Okay, sawa. Now, the total amount that this person had, the total amount that this person Akumu had was Kenya shilling 1 million. 1 million. So if I want to get the weight of A, it will be equal to whatever that she invested in A divided by, remember this is the weight, yeah? That will be 0.2. Then on the other hand, weight of B will be equal to 800,000. 800,000 divided by 1 million. That will be 0.8. So I have everything now. Niko na hizi. So therefore, I have now to compute my expected return on portfolio. Don't forget to put the P. It shows that you're computing there 0.2 times 15.4. You add 0.8, of course, times, can multiply by whatever that we have, 22.7. So what are you going to get as our expected return on portfolio? What is our expected return on portfolio? What is our expected return on portfolio? 21.24. 1.44. And then that's all. With that, now you could have gotten your 3 marks. 3 marks. Then we go to correlation coefficient between security A and security B. Correlation coefficient between security A and security B. So we need to get the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient between security A and security B. Correlation coefficient between security A and security B. Security B. So in that, I think everyone is aware of the formula of getting the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient. The formula of getting the correlation coefficient. Who can remind us the formula of getting correlation coefficient between A and B? Between A and B. We are almost there. Correlation coefficient between A and B. Tulisema tunapata namna gani? Hizo formula hapa for this topic, just need to know the formulas, to know how, if the examiner wants me to compute the expected return of the portfolio, what's the formula for that? It is weight of that portfolio 1 times the expected return of that portfolio 1. Then you add, if we have 2 portfolios, then you add the weight of portfolio 2 multiplied by expected return of portfolio 2. That's all. Now when we come to correlation, but it is between A and B. So correlation of A, B. Someone, we were talking of covariance, something to do with the covariance. Someone who can really remember this. Correlation of AB. How do we get correlation of AB? Covariance of AB, yes. Over standard deviation of A times standard deviation of B. Over standard deviation of A times standard deviation of B. Yes, that is it. Covariance of AB. Sasa hapa ni nini kutafuta covariance? Na si ngumu. We have the formula. Standard deviation of A standard deviation of B. Hiyo itakuwa ushapata your correlation. This is very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. Covariance of AB is equal to, correlation of AB is equal to covariance of AB over standard deviation of B times standard deviation of A. That is it. So now the question comes, how do we get covariance of AB? How do we get covariance of AB? And we have everything here. We provided with everything here. I think that formula will take a long time to write down there. So to get covariance of AB is equal to summation of return of A minus expected return of B, A, then you multiply by return of B minus expected return of B. And that's why we said that to get the expected return is very important. Then this one we multiply by the probability. So why can't we do this? Return of A under the first condition, economic condition, si tunaisonga tu, tuko na recession hapa, unaweza iweka hapa recession, then tuko na stable, then tuko na expansion. Sasa tukisonga, twende tukisonga. So we have return of A for the first one is 18 minus expected return of A we got 15.4. Then we multiply this by return of B for the same is 24. We raise the expected return of 22.7, and then we shall multiply this by probability for in that time in the recession 0.4. That way. We go to the next one. We have 14 minus 15.4. It is simple, by the way. Once you know the formula, 22 minus 22.7, then you multiply by that probability 0.50. Next one, we have 12 minus 12 tunatoa nini? 15.4. Of course, that is common. And then we see that this is 22, not 22, but 21 minus 22.7. 0.7 times 0.1. So nipatie ya kwanza under recession, what will be our covariance of AB hapa? Okay, hapa ya kwanza itakuwa ngapi? Matter of multiplication hapo sasa. Naanza tu hapa. Alafu how much hiyo ya kwanza itakupea ngapi? Hiyo ya kwanza itakupea ngapi? Itakupea ngapi sasa? Itakupea ngapi? Itakupea ngapi? 1.352. 1.352. 1.352 from everyone. From everyone. Then the next one, hii ya pili itatupea ngapi? Hii ya pili itatupea ngapi? Hii ya pili itatupea ngapi? $0.49. 0.49. Then the last one, then we get the summation. Remember, we said it is the summation of this. Never forget. Hata huku, summation ndio inatupatia that. Don't ever forget that. Sasa nayo hii ya tatu sasa. Ya tatu inatupea nini? Ya tatu imetupea nini? The third one. How much do we have? How much under expansion? Under expansion, 0.578. 0.578. So add for me this. Add for me this. Add for me this. You of course need 8. One. Add for me. Add for me. 2.42. 2.42. Thank you so much. 2.42. 2.42. That is our this one. I'm almost there. Then I need standard deviation of A. So, who's the formula of getting standard deviation? Someone? Who's the formula of getting standard deviation? Who's the formula of getting standard deviation? Who's the formula of getting standard deviation? Someone? This one you can write down there. Sio mrefu. Unafaa tu kujua. So, standard deviation of A. Of security A. Napata aje? Do you get standard deviation? Napata aje? Tulisema aje? Standard deviation naweza tumia ile is equal to square root of variance. Na sasa kuna kitu nataka hapa muelewe. There's something I want you to understand here. That once you hear of variance, remember of something squared. Once you hear of variance, remember of something squared, and then multiply by the probability. Something squared, variance. It must be squared. Kwa sababu sasa kama hapa iko squared, that means there is something that is squared. Sasa, so to get variance is equal to return of maybe that portfolio A or security A minus expected return of that A. Once you know this, once you know that, it becomes easier for you to sort this. So with that, I give you 3 minutes to compute the standard deviation of, let's compete of A, security A. 3 minutes. Equal to square root. Summation. So it's for A. Then what's the return of A? And the first case is recession 18. So it's like I'm picking this. No, nice. Easy. You're picking this. Then later multiply now the probability. So it is 18 minus 15.4. Then this squared, whatever that you get, then you multiply by 0.4. Then you add the other one, 14 minus 15.4 squared. Most of the students wanasahau hii squared. Most of ukiweza angalia akikwambia tu mzuri nakwambia alisahau hiyo. Then you add, the other one is 12 minus 15.4. 15.4 squared, then times 0.1. So I don't know how much you get here. Nipe tu hizi still. Nipatie hapa. Let's go step by step. Hatuna haraka sana. Patie tu hii hapa tu peke yake. Because wakati mwingine ukicombine computer ina nini your calculator inachanganyikiwa. So it's good to go step by step. And by the end, step by step will give you marks. Unakuta hapa umepata kitu. Formula umepata. Formula unapata mark. Hapa unapata mark. Tukisonga. So ya kwanza hapa. How much? Ngapi. 2.704. Plus hii tumepeleka sana. Inaenda reduce. We reduce as we move. The other one, 14 minus 15.4. Whatever that you get squared, then you multiply by 0.5. Pata ngapi? How much are you getting? 0.98. Yeah, 98. Then we add the last one, 12 minus 15.4. Then you multiply by 0.1. Multiply by 0.1. 1.156. 1.156. Sasa with this, I can proceed. You can give me now total. No, naenda nikireduce the bigger square root, because I'm reducing by getting my results. So give me the summation. Give me the summation, 4.84. So my standard deviation would be square root of this. Napata ngapi? Square root of this. That is the way you end up procedural 2.2. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Niko na moja. Now I need to get the next one. Here tunaweza iandika the other way. Oops. So that I'll be able to. This will give me 2.2. That is my standard deviation of A. Then I do the same for B. Or security B. Security B. Security B. To be standard deviation is equal to square root of the bigger, this one now. And your idea B. 24 minus 22.7, 0.4 plus 22 minus 22.7. Squared. Don't ever forget squared. Plus, the last one is 21 minus 22.7 squared times 0.1. Yeah. So hapa mwanzo ni ngapi? Ya kwanza hapa. The first one. Let's go step by step. It's very, very nice. And you'll never confuse once you arrange your mind, once you organize your work and you organize your mind. That means huwezi kosea. Chances za kufanya error ni ngumu, ziko chini sana. So hapa tunapata ngapi ya kwanza? 0.676. 3 decimal places is okay. 76. We add the second one. Thank you. The second one ni ngapi? Most people forget to square. Hapa hivi ukishasikia variance square 0.245. Then we have the last one. The last one ni ngapi? Ya mwisho sasa 21 minus 0.289. 0.289. 3 decimal places ziko sawa. Then tunatafuta square root ya nini? What's the summation of that? Summation ya hiyo class ni ngapi sasa? Summation here, it will be something 1. Itaingia 1. Itaingia 1. Ingia 1. Give me to 3 decimal places. Okay, it's okay. Hata 2 sawa. So square root ya hiyo ni ngapi? Si ni 121, si inakuwa 11. Is that right? 1.1. Thank you, and thank you very much. So I have everything now. Using now my formula here. Allow me to use here. I have 2.42. So what will be my correlation of AB? Correlation of AB is equal to covariance, which I got as a 2.42. I divide by standard deviation of A, which is 2.2. I multiply by 1.1. Sasa si unipatie hii. Tuone kama iko na strong positive relationship between A and B, or a strong negative relationship. If you get a positive, it's 1. So it's 1. So that means that is a strong stronger positive relationship between portfolio, between security A and B. And that marks the end. So class, I think with that base and concept, I think now you are able to even have that urge to do the other part. Is that right? Yes, I understand you are baby, but weekend ilikuwa mrefu. I expected you to have finished hii swali, lakini sasa nyinyi jameni. Sasa si tufanye hiyo ya when was it? Hiyo ingine ilikuwa from which year? Which year? Sorry. Which year? That one now we should do it and send it in the group. Which year? Ilikuwa mwaka gani? We had two assignments. And then Brian noted somewhere we shall do it during our revision. September 20. Raphael. Already we have done that. Hiyo I think ndio tumefanya. Hiyo ingine ilikuwa ya mwaka gani? Kuna hiyo ingine sasa. November 2019 4C. Kindly. Sasa hiyo tafadhali tufanye. November 2019. Hii ni assignment, na tumeipenda sana hii assignment. Jameni. Assignment. Sasa ukiwa na hii basic, you're good to go. November 2019, question number 4C. Class expects higher probability ya kupata swali kama hii during your EP exam. Iko high. Please do. Usifanye tu hii sasa fanya hizo zingine mingi. Do more. So today I want us to start this topic of dividend. Brian, hiyo swali ulidelete ama namna gani? What happened? Kama ulikuwa umetuma from in a different sawa, understood. Ina shida. Sawa. Okay. So let's look at the other topic. Here with the portfolio. The topic here, a very interesting one, very short one, a very interesting one, a very short one. Can you open that document? Can someone forward for us the document under dividend policy? Someone please forward that document. You need to see something there. Dividend policy. Someone can forward for us that document. Dividend policy. Nani atatutumia hiyo small document hapo? Need to see. Someone to share with us that document, the dividend policy. So Brian, you remind us this swali tutaifanya. This swali ya lakini wakati wa revision, tutaifanya hiyo swali wakati wa revision. Someone to forward for us that. So this is introduction to dividend decision. A new topic. Introduction to dividend Decision. So ukiona document kama hiyo imetumwa, wewe pata tu nafasi, hata kama huelewi, pitia hiyo document, So dividend, as usual, you know that a company or SACCOs, they should pay dividend to their shareholder. The shareholder must get dividend at the end of the period. In most cases, you find that companies do pay dividend at the AGM. That date they pay dividend. Who is in a company here that pay dividend during that time? Nani anapata dividend from a certain SACCO? You receive a message. Your dividend. Nani? Or who is receiving some dividend? Who do receive some dividend from maybe where you have invested or where you have saved some coins? Okay, we have Patricia. Yeah, from a SACCO, Thomas. Patience, not Patricia. Sorry. Yeah, we have Thomas Souma. Yes. Sometimes, in most cases, you find that they send that money or that share. It's a share. During the AGM, even from other village groups. Yeah. Okay. Other village groups. Okay. How is that? Groups, merry-go-rounds, really? Unamaanisha hizo merry-go-rounds sama gani? Okay. Kama gani? Kwa mfano, really is receiving some dividend from village groups. Yeah, okay. There are those, maybe you can have a chama. I think unamaanisha hivyo. Yeah. So in short, dividend, you always get dividend from where you have invested. Women groups, yes, sure. From where you have invested. And dividend is always given from the retained profit. It's always given from the retained profit. So you find that if there's a company or a group or a society or a SACCO, they have prepared their income statement. They have prepared their income statements. Here we usually have profit before tax. Down there, profit before tax. And then taxman huwa anakujia hapa sasa. Taxman anakuja. And tunasema res income tax. Could you still remember we have revenue and expenses and so on. Just giving you illustration. So taxman amekuja, tumetoa 30%. 30% of our profit before tax. So whatever that we get here, we have profit now. Profit after tax. Profit after tax. You see, now from profit after tax is where now dividend comes in. No. Less dividend. So kampuni inatoa dividend sasa. Now, after you less dividend, sasa hapa profit for the year or retained profit. Profit for the year sasa. Profit for the year. Hii ndio sasa ya kampuni yenyewe sasa. Washatoa sasa ma expenses zao zote. Sasa hii ni yenye watabaki nayo wao wenyewe. But after kutoa ma deductions zote, all the expenses. So dividend is an expense to that organization. So the dividend that you receive, yes, You are a shareholder. You are a shareholder in that company. You are a shareholder in that company. But this dividend is an expense. It can be termed as an expense in that company. So let's introduce something. Dividends. Yes, see dividend. It is a portion. It is a portion. It is a portion of firm's earning. It is a portion of firm's earning. Firm's earning, which is paid out. Which is paid out. Paid out to shareholders. Yes, sasa ukileta define, you define what is dividend. It's easy as that. It is always dependent. It is always dependent. It is always dependent on the company policy. On the company policy. The company policy and its earning. Its earning. By the way, do you expect dividend when the company made a loss? For the sake of a company which has made a loss? Three basic types of dividend. Types of dividend. Have some types of dividend. One, stable dividend. This is one stable dividends. Two, can have target payout ratio. Payout ratio. Then three, regular and extra dividend. Regular and extra dividend. Regular and extra dividend. Let's start with the stable dividends policy. So hope it's visible. Okay. So you can get a dividend if the company made a loss. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay, from Esther. Okay. Assume the company had no retained earnings. Assume the company had no retained earnings, and then it make losses. Can you still get a dividend? Okay. Preference shareholders. For the preference shareholders. In exemption of that. In exemption. That is a unique or an exemption. So the stable, the company will always maintain a certain amount of dividend. The company will always maintain a certain amount of dividend. Amount of dividend. Certain amount of dividend. So target payout ratio. Target payout ratio. The next one is target payout ratio. Yeah, Pili, target payout ratio. Preference dividend. Okay, so the company set a target payout ratio. Under this, e.g., maybe they can say the payout ratio is 40%. 40%. Kuna maswali unaona wameweka hivyo. Regular and extra dividend. Regular and extra dividend. Regular and extra dividend. David, you can send that list. You can send that list. Not David, but Brian. Extra dividend will be on top of the regular earning. Extra, yeah, it's extra. Will be on the regular on top, will be on top. On top of the regular earning. Of the regular earning. So we have some factors that affect dividend policy. Dividend policy. What are some of the factors that may affect dividend policy? One, the fund required. The fund required. We have another one, which is a restriction. Restriction from other source of finance. From other source of finance. From other source of finance. Then we have control of the company. Control of the company can as well affect this of the company. So in this we mean maybe the managing directors of the company. So here still it will affect these. We have some theories of dividend. Theories of dividend. Theories of dividend. Of course, we have more, but some were removed from the syllabus. So we have a Gordon model. You can call them model or theory. Gordon model or theory, no problem. Then to Walter model. Walter model. For the purpose of our syllabus, we shall look at the two. For the purpose of our syllabus, we shall look at the two. Golden model and Walter model. Gordon model and Walter model. Gordon model and Walter model. Yeah, preference shareholders are paid first. Even when the company is being liquidated, the preference shareholder have that privilege to be paid first. Kama mnafunga, so we have some assumptions. So we start with the Gordon model, just like Gordon model. Gordon model. And then you say assumptions. It works under assumptions. Assumptions of Gordon model. Gordon model. So hizi assumption ni gani? Hizi examiner anaweza leta hizi. Anaweza leta hizi. 1 assumes that a firm has no debt financing. Debt financing. Wow. The firm, just put that one in the bracket, the firm is financed by equity alone. Haina madeni. The firm is financed by equity alone. 2 was 2. The rate of return, which is R, and the cost of equity are always constant. And the cost of equity are always constant. Always constant. 3 assume firm has a perpetual right. Firm has a perpetual right. Infinity. Retention ratio is always constant. Retention ratio is always constant. Retention ratio is always constant once it has been determined. So yes. So that is about the assumptions of Gordon model. So assumptions of Gordon model. So that is the assumptions of, first of all, finish that. Assumptions of Gordon model. So assumptions of Gordon model. So there's a formula here I would like us to write down at a Gordon model. Formula. So we say that MPS, market price per share, is equal to, and this one, remember, is the PO, is equal to DO 1 minus G. G is the growth, divide by, what do we divide by? Someone who can remind us? Someone who can, 1 plus G, then divide by KE minus G. KE minus G. These are an important formula where DO is the current dividend. Current dividend. Then G is the growth rate. Growth rate. Then we have KE. KE is the cost of capital. Cost of capital. Cost of capital. KE is the 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 cost of capital. So in most cases, we pick our MPS as PO, represented by PO, no problem. Muhimu ni kujua kwamba this is the current dividend, this is the growth, and then this is the cost of capital. Cost of capital. Cost of capital. Cost of capital. So I think we need to write the assumption, then we write the assumption of Walter model, then we go direct to an illustration so that we finish up the whole of it. Go to an illustration. Walter model assumptions. Tumalize tu zote pamoja. Assumptions. Walter assume that financing is done through retained earnings. 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 Risk of a farm does not change even with additional investment. Does not change even with additional investment. Additional investment. Additional investment. Then 3, the farm has a perpetual right. See, that one is similar. The farm has a perpetual infinity. The going concern of the farm is not doubtful. Business is considered to be going concern. Going concern. Going concern. So PO, which is equal to MPS, the formula are this. Formula for this, Walter, is equal to D over K plus R over K. Then this one you say E minus D, and this E minus D, this should be over K, where PO is, so you can say where PO is the market value. Market value. What about D? D is the dividend per share. Dividend per share. Then we have K. K can be cost of equity. Cost of equity or cost of capital, no problem. Cost of capital. Just use the word capital here. Cost of capital. Then we have, what else have we not written down? We have E, earning per share. This is DPS, earning per share. EPS, earning per share. R, of course, is the required rate of return. 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 So with that, I think we can look at an illustration. We can look at an illustration. We can look at an illustration. Illustration. Okay. Let's look at an illustration. Finish up, just finish up. Just finish up. Yeah. So, go to May 2017. Go to May 2017. May 2017. Let's see. May 2017. Yes. Question number 2. Yes, question number 2. Question number 2. And then give a signal whether you are there. Umefika pale, patie signal kama umefika pale. Question number 2. Hapa ila kwa pale. Hapa ila kwa pale. Hapa ila kwa pale. Mwingine. One person. May 2017. Question number 2. Sorry. Watu wako pale sasa. Sawa. Sasa. So the question reads, the following information was extracted from the financial statement of Mocha Limited. We have earning per share EPS as 15, capitalization rate, that is the rate of the capital, retention ratio is 40%, then internal rate of return as that. Then we are required to come up to determine the price per share under Gordon-Groo's model. Price per share under Gordon-Groo's model. Gordon-Groo's model. Then on the other side, we are required to use Walter's model. Walter's model. Sasa, who can be able to get the 8 marks? Who can be able to get the 8 marks? No. Use the remaining 5 minutes. Try to do it at the back of your book. Try to do it. Wewe jaribu tu, jaribu kufanya. Jaribu tu kufanya something. As we do it. We are doing it together. We must do it together. Must bring it together. So I can see we have EPS, earning per share. We have capitalization rate, retention ratio. Therefore, here I need to compute growth. I don't have growth here, but I need to compute growth. Can I be able to compute growth? Yes. The first thing that you have to do, class, the first thing that you have to do and appreciate is to have the formula first. In fact, once I come here and say, I'm going to start with the Gordon's model, that root of Gordon's model. Yes, I'm going to start with the Gordon's model. Where's the formula of Gordon? PO or MPS, in fact, just have PO is equal to DO 1 plus G, then KE minus, tulitoa nini sasa? Tulitoa G. Tulitoa G. Is that right? That's right. So once I have this formula, I'm now good to start. Imagine when you do this, these are marked. These are marked. So never forget to write the formula. Never forget to write the formula. Yes, never forget to write the formula. So if I have this, if I have this, can I be able to get my dividends? Can I be able to get my DO? Can I be able to get my DO? Someone? Can I be able to get my DO? My DO? I'm given EPS. And I know that DO can be equal to EPS times the payout ratio. Now, do I have the payout ratio? Do I have the payout ratio? At Brian, don't forget to pick that. Ametoka. Ama ako wapi? Josh, Josh ameingia. Just record that. Record that. I need DO. I have been given EPS. And I know that DO is given by earning per share times the payout ratio. Now, do I have the payout ratio? Do I have the payout ratio? All. Can the information provided give me or help me to get the payout ratio? Someone. Because I need DO. I need it in my formula. I need it, and I don't have. Can the information provided help me to get the payout ratio? Help me to get the payout ratio. Someone to tell us this. Someone to tell us this. Someone to help us. Mtu akuje aokoe jahazi. We need to get our current dividend. That is DO. Because it is part of our formula. But the examiner has not given us that direct. The examiner has not given us that direct. I want you to see how examiner usually hide things. Okay, Thomas, yes, 60%. Okay, that is Thomas. Any other person? We need to compare. Whatever that we have, we need to compare. Any other person with the same opinion. Any other person with the same opinion as Thomas. Bado. Okay. Remember, if the examiner has given you the retention ratio, it is easier for you to know what the ratio for payment was, the payout ratio. We say that this one, it is determined by the policy of the organization or the company that you are dealing with. Therefore, if the retention ratio that they had is 40%, if the retention ratio that they had is 40%, what will be our payout ratio? So that means the payout ratio was the remaining portion. That is, EPS is 15, times 1 minus 0.4. So it will be equal to, our DO is, sasa multiply here. This is 15 times 0.6. Thank you so much for those people who got that. So tutakuwa ngapi? Our DO itakuwa ngapi? So that we get our G. Here tunataka 2G. We have KE and everything. Once we get G, we are good to go. Once we get G, we are good to go. So what is our DO? DO yetu ni ngapi? 9. Thank you so much. Once I get that, I'm good to go. Now I have to determine my G. 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 So G is equal to B times R retained earning or retention ratio. And remember, your B is LOI. LOI. Now with this, can you be able to get there? With this formula, can you be able to get G? Can you be able to get G? Just check what you have been given. I have been provided by the internal rate of return, which is my return on investment. Return on investment, I have 0.16. That is okay. What about my retention ratio or the retained earning, retention ratio, whatever that they retained? Ngapi? Ngapi, they retain ngapi? Not how much did they retain? How much did they retain? It is 0. Retain earning itakuwa ngapi? Itakuwa ngapi sasa? Si ni 0.4. 0.4, the 40%, retention ratio. So what is our G? What is our G in that regard? 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 Just have to pick that direct. On a LOI, na ukona, you have everything 0.064 from brand. So hapa tunasema this is the same as LOI, the same as your return or internal rate of return. Internal rate of return. So for me to get G, I'll take my B. My B is 0.16. Then I multiply by whatever that I have, 0.4. And we are being told that we have 0 something here. So then look something here. Let me see, 0 corresponding that point. Okay, so I will do that. So Sumba, we are saying that this is your retention ratio, RE. What they retained, retained earning. They retained something, a proportion of 40%, 40%. So you have to multiply that with that. You want to get the growth. You want to get how much is the growth for this company? How much is the growth for this company in percentage, into percentage? So you take the formula, the main formula is this one. First of all, I appreciate the main formula. The main formula is that one. And then we have said that B is equal to LOI. LOI is the return on investment. And return on investment is the same as internal rate of return. How is the return on that invested part? How is the return on that invested part? And then you have to pick whatever that you have, you multiply, you get 0.064. So once I have this, I'm able now to apply this and get my PO at the Gordon's model. So PO will be equal to my dividend is 9. 1 plus J 0.064 I divide this by KE. I have, what is my KE? My KE is capitalization rate of 12, 0.12. Then this one I have to less 0.064. Now, what am I going to get? Is it really visible? Yes. What am I going to get as my PO under Gordon? The Gordon tunapata nini? Then twende the other one under Walter. Under Walter. Remember hapa tunatumia hizo assumptions that we wrote down, and that is it. So hapo tunapata nini? Pata nini hapo? How much are we getting? How much are we getting? How much are we getting? Let me go to Walter's model. Walter's model. 171 formula 5. 171. 171. Then compute that using Walter's model. I don't think there's something that now we don't have. Compute that one using Walter's model. Thank you so much, Esther and Raphael. Compute that one now using the Walter's model. Compute the same, the PO using Walter's model. That one is what we shall get. Walter's model. Sasa hapa ni formula tu, patu kujua formula. P4 is equal to. What's our formula for the Walter model? What's the formula of Walter model? Formula of Walter model ni gani? Formula of Walter model. Remind me the formula of the Walter model. What do we start with? Naanza na nini? Naweza zipeana tu pole pole tu mpaka ishe. E over D tumalize. Kwetu kwa sawa. Tuna hata the first one. The first one. Tunaanza pole pole tu, hatuna haraka. Pole pole tu, D over K. Plus, there is a plus. R over K. Naenda vizuri. R over K. Najua hapa kuna bracket. Is it E minus D? Ama D minus, okay. E minus D. And then this one we divide by K, the whole of this, divide by K. Therefore, tuko na hiyo sasa. Compute, now you have everything. Tuko na D sasa, we computed D, we have R, we have K, we have everything. Why can't we compute that? Have 2 minutes for that by 5:50. Ili tuimalizie, nataka tumalizie hii. And then we add and then itabaki sasa kwako sasa ufanye more revision. That is done and a dividend. And then your PDF, make sure you pass through the remaining terms and so on. So tunapata ngapi sasa? Ngapi? You just replace whatever that you have there. D over K. D over K. D yetu ni ngapi? Ni 9. Divide by 0.12. Sio ndio K. Plus. R ni ngapi? 0.16 over K. 2. 1, 2. Hii ilikuwa ngapi? Hii ilikuwa ngapi? Hii ilikuwa ngapi bana? Hii ilikuwa ngapi? Someone to remind me, my E was how much? Let's see. Earning ilikuwa 15. 15 minus D. Then we divide na 0.1. So tukiwa na hiyo information, we have that information, we can get something. Tunaweza enda pole pole tu. We can go pole, we see. Hapa ini ngapi? Ini ngapi hapa? 9 over 0.12. Hiyo yote ni ngapi? Twende tu pole juu. This one you can mess. 75. 95 plus hapa juu. Hii ni 6 times this. 6 times this, then divide. 6 times that. So hii yote hii. 6 times hii divide by 0.1. So that we see. Tuone kama tuta add up somewhere. Tunapata ngapi? E 66.67. 66.67, and then we get the total. Total ni ngapi sasa? Total tunaweza weka ile side. Total ngapi? Sasa hiyo total itakuwa ngapi? Total itakuwa ngapi? 141.67. So that is the same question using different method. Same question using different methods. But now, kitu yenye unafaa kukumbuka hapa class ni hii. Na hii. Hii growth kuna, there is another formula, but I think that we shall look at it later. Is kuna topic tutaangalia hapo. Yenye zimebaki za hesabu. Ni 1, 2 hivi. Taona venye tutafanya. Hiyo formula inakuwa hivi. Square root of n, current dividend, tunaweza sema DO minus D1. Sasa hii yote kuna minus 1. Sasa hii, it helps you to get G. So kuna formula mbili za kupata your D, your G, growth rate. So pia hii the formula. So wakati hujapewa retention ratio, unaweza tumia hii. Hapa sasa utakuta umepewa dividends kadhaa. So current ni hii, itakuwa hapa, na then P1 previous itakuwa ya juu. Hiyo ya juu ndio ifuata. Then tutaiona, we shall see. But just note that we have another method for getting the growth rate. We have another method. N is the number of years. So class, are we together up to that point? That marks the end of that and give you opportunity to now venture into that area. Be very aggressive. Work between yourself. Attempt as many questions as possible. To increase your chances of passing. Otherwise, that marks the end of that. Is there any question? Okay, if there is no question, I wish to stop at that point. Next topic, Josh, today umeingia late kidogo umeingia late kidogo. Sawa. Josh, what do you think will be our next topic?